Hey everyone! It's full-blown Christmas here in my place. If you watched my video from a couple weeks ago where I talked about the Bath & Body Works Christmas haul, I also mentioned that I was having a Christmas decorating party that following week. So I did, and it was fantastic. And I think I'm going to try to make this an annual tradition where I have a Christmas decorating party every year because it was just so fun and it was just so nice to have everyone over. We honestly didn't even do that much decorating because we were just chatting and eating and drinking hot cocoa. It was so fantastic. But as you can see, I have a Christmas village. My tree is up. I am wearing my Minnie Mouse Christmas ears that I actually got straight from Disney World because today I am going to be talking about Disney+. And I'm going to review it for y'all and let you know if it's worth it, which I'm going to try to go into it a little bit unbiased for you, but it's a little bit impossible because I love Disney. But I do have some critiques over it, and we'll discuss all of that as we get into this. So I do want to apologize that last week I did not have a video. Funnily enough, the day after my Christmas decorating party, I came down with an intense stomach virus. It wasn't from any of the food that we ate because no one else got sick. I actually woke up that day with a little bit of a weird tummy, so I got a really bad stomach virus. So I didn't have any video last weekend. But having said that, it gave me a perfect opportunity to watch Disney Plus and watch a bunch of shows and a bunch of movies and everything because I was just sick on my couch, cuddled up in a blanket during the first snowstorm that we had over here. So to get started, if you don't know, Disney Plus is basically Disney's own streaming app like Netflix or Hulu. It has basically almost the entire Disney library, including things that used to be in the vault. So like Pinocchio, Cinderella, Peter Pan, Robin Hood, things like that. Because Disney used to do this thing where they would have classic movies like that in the vault, and then they would release the movie from the vault every so years or whatever, and you'd only be able to get the movie while it was released from the vault. So for a lot of people, they had to scramble and get those movies when they got released from the vault. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to get their hands on them. Or if they did get their hands on them, it would be super, super expensive. So this is pretty great for anyone who doesn't have the entire Disney collection, which I do not. As much of a Disney fan as I am, I don't have all of the Disney movies like on Blu-ray or DVD or anything like that. So not only does it have that, it also has the Pixar library. So any movies that were Disney and Pixar collaboration, like Up is going to be on there. We also have Star Wars because Disney now owns Star Wars, and Marvel because Disney owns Marvel, and we have National Geographic on there as well. So you get all of that with the baseline Disney Plus streaming service, and that comes in at $6.99 a month, or you can do $69.99 per year. You also get a 7-day free trial if you want to give it a shot. So again, that's just the regular baseline Disney Plus account. If you want to do Hulu plus Disney Plus ESPN Plus, then that's $12.99 a month. As far as I can tell, you don't get a 7-day free trial for the bundle, and it doesn't seem to have an annual subscription either. So if you're going with the bundle of Hulu, Disney, and ESPN, then it's going to be a monthly subscription of $12.99. So I also saw online, I haven't tried this yet, I haven't really figured out how to do it yet, but if you already have a Hulu account or you already have an ESPN account and you buy Disney Plus, you should be able to link them together. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet because I already do have a Hulu plan. So I might not be able to though, because I was one of the people that when Disney Plus was first announced and they announced the prices and the breakdown, if you were a D23 member, which I wasn't, but then became one so that I could get access to the special link, you got a special link where you could purchase basically 2 full years of Disney Plus in advance and you got 1 year free. So I'm one of the crazy people that paid $150 to have 3 years of Disney Plus right off the bat. Now, the good thing about that is that Disney Plus is most likely going to be raising their monthly prices at some point, and mine will be locked in at the rate that I paid for 3 years. So I don't have to worry about any price changes for quite some time until the year 2022. So that's good news for me. And essentially what I did when I was watching, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to make sure I talked about all the price breakdowns, but I did. I wrote everything down. So some of the pros, obviously, you have full access to everything Disney. Everything Disney that you could possibly love is going to be on there. And I've watched very old classics like The Great Mouse Detective. All the Disney Channel original movies are on there. So we're talking Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century, High School Musical, Johnny Tsunami, Smart House, Alley Cat Strike. We're talking all of those movies, and I've watched all of the ones I just mentioned. We're talking the sequels to those movies as well. So like High School Musical 2, Johnny Capahala, Xenon the sequel. You also have Xenon Z3. I mean, there's just so much on there. Then you have the regular classic Disney movies like Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Snow White, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, all of that. You have Big Hero 6, you have Up, Lion King. I mean, it's just, the library is insane. But I also watched the Disney Plus original movie of Lady and the Tramp, because they did a live action version of Lady and the Tramp. And I liked it, but they changed a couple things that I'm not sure why they changed it. One of the things, if you remember Lady and the Tramp, two of Lady's friends, we have Trusty? Is his name Trusty? I'm sorry. I think his name's Trusty. And he's like the bloodhound. And then you have Jock, who's like the little Scottish terrier. So, but in the remake, they made Jock a female. I'm not sure why they did that. I don't know why that change needed to be made. It's not like I hate the change. I just don't understand why it was made in the first place. And then I hope this isn't a spoiler for anybody, but at the end of the original Lady and the Tramp, Lady and Tramp have little puppies. And in the remake, they don't have little puppies, so not sure why that was changed as well. Now, in case you don't know, in the live action of Lady and the Tramp, they used real dogs. I read an article, they actually used rescues, and all the rescues that were on set found their forever homes. So that made my heart very happy when I read that. So I also watched The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which is partnered with National Geographic, I do believe. I might be wrong, so I'm sorry about that. There was only one episode when I watched. I think they're just going to release episodes weekly. And the first episode was about sneakers. Now, I don't know if every episode is going to be this way, but I just kind of have a feeling that it's not necessarily going to be informative information, like documentary kind of informative, delve deep into something information on this show. But it's just fun because it's Jeff Goldblum. So if you like Jeff Goldblum, and I do, then I would recommend watching it, because I mean, the man's hilarious. So, what else? What else did I watch? I mean, I watched a bunch of stuff, but it's so nice to have Disney at my fingertips. I just love Disney so much. Plus, I love Frozen. I love Frozen, and they have Frozen on there. They have both of the Frozen shorts, so they have Frozen Olaf's Adventure, which is like their holiday short that came out in 2017. It's so cute. Highly recommend. It's only about like 22 minutes or so. And then they also have Frozen, I forget this one, but it was like a summer celebration. I forget the name of it. And they have that short on there as well. So I love Frozen. I'm very excited for Frozen 2 coming out literally in a week. So very excited about that. Speaking of sort of wintry Christmas stuff though, Disney Plus has one of their original movies called Noelle, which has Anna Kendrick, I believe. I'm sorry I'm blanking on these names, y'all. And Bill Hader. And it's very cute. It's a very cute Christmas movie, so I would recommend watching that as well. So I really, as far as pros, like, I think it looks great when you first open up the app. I think everything looks great. I think the colors work well. I think it's a really well-run working streaming app. But I do have a couple of cons, and hopefully they change them coming up soon, because this is, I mean, it's more just like a convenience sake, but it is something that other streaming platforms offer. So I would love to see Disney Plus offer it. So a couple things are, they don't have a continue watching feature. So when you pull up the app and you're on the home screen, it will have like a recommended for you section, but on Netflix and Hulu, they both have continue watching, and Disney Plus doesn't have that. So I'm hoping that they bring that, because that's just a convenient thing to have, because that also ties into if you're watching a show, because one of the shows I've been watching is Lizzie McGuire, not the reboot, because that's not out yet, but the original Lizzie McGuire show. I've been watching the first season, and it doesn't keep track of what episode I'm on. I have to keep track of that. So if I type in Lizzie McGuire or I search it and I press play, it starts the series over. And then when you scroll through the episodes that you've watched, it doesn't even show, like Netflix and Hulu will show a bar at the bottom so that you can see that you watched it. It doesn't even do that. So you have to keep track of what episode you're on yourself, which is kind of just, again, it's like a convenience thing. So I'm hoping that they change that soon. Sorry, I'm looking down. I'm looking at my list. Doesn't pick up where you left off. Yep. So another thing that one of my coworkers pointed out to me, because the Disney library is so vast, it doesn't show you everything all at once. And even if you go to the search feature and you click on Disney Channel original movies, let's say, for example, it might not show you all of the Disney Channel original movies, even if you click like A to Z. So, and this is just an example. I'm not sure if the Disney Channel original movie search function does this, but for what he was looking for the show Recess. I don't know if y'all remember that, but it's a pretty great cartoon, and I plan on watching that again at some point. It's just not at the top of my list to watch right now. But he went to go search for it in like the series function, and he couldn't find it. So he actually just had to type in the name, and then it got brought up. So that's just an example. I don't know how extensive that issue is. I don't know if it reaches for the Disney Channel original movies, Disney movies, Pixar. I don't know how extensive the search is. Another funny thing that he found that I didn't even notice, and I don't know if this got fixed or not, but Monsters, Inc. was spelled wrong in certain areas of the app. So if you type in the movie, if you go to search for the movie and you type it in, it's spelled right. If you see it under, I believe it was under Best Friends, because when you're on the home screen, it has different categories, and one of the categories was Best Friends. It was spelled correctly there. But if you go to the Beasts section, it was spelled Monsters, I think, Monsters, instead of Monsters. So I don't know if they corrected it in that section or not, but that was a funny thing that he noticed. So just like a little glitch, I mean, it's their first week. I mean, they literally actually haven't even been up for an entire week. So you can expect to have some issues with everything, but just things to mention, things to keep in mind. Another thing that I wish that they would do is they don't have a rating capability. So on Netflix, for example, you have either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And this can help the algorithm trigger what shows up in the recommended for you section, and Disney Plus doesn't have that. Now, as a Disney-phile and someone who loves Disney, I mean, I'm gonna love everything on there. But for someone who maybe doesn't feel that way, I think it would be helpful for them to have a rating feature to improve the overall experience for that person. And then the last thing, and this ties into what I mentioned earlier, which is this is within the first week of them dropping this app. I'm sure they're going to come up with updates very soon, but it takes a while to load. When you first pull up the app, at least for me, I don't know if this is true for everybody, but it takes a while to load up the app, load up the home screen, load everything up. And then even if you click on a show or a movie, it takes a little bit to load that full screen so that you actually see the play button as well. So just something to keep in mind there. But overall, I of course love it, but those are some of the flaws, I guess you could say, that I've noticed while watching it these last several days. But again, it's just, I can't really complain. It's Disney. I love Disney. It's just so nice to have it. It brings back nostalgic feelings. I love watching all the shows and all the movies. I love just having it all at my fingertips. It just warms my heart. I love Disney so much. So that's all I had for today. I hope this helped y'all figure out whether you think it's worth it to download the app, if you want to check it out. I mean, if you have kids, I would highly suggest getting it, honestly. But even if you don't have kids, then I hope this review helped you decide whether it was worth it for you to get it for yourself. So, but yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great weekend and have a happy and healthy tomorrow. Bye.